When the game gets rough and this life just seems so tough, make we talk, my people, make we talk. When this town becomes an ugly place, don't let it erase the smile from your face. Make we talk, people, make we talk. Conversation is the key, a guiding light for you and me. Spark a talk and you will see. Conflict solver A to Z. World leaders master the art of self-defense just by talk. So people, make we talk. Hey, we're living in a world that on ourselves we must depend. Make we talk, people. When the game gets rough and this life just seems so tough, make we talk, my people, make we talk. When this town becomes an ugly place, don't let it erase the smile from your face. Make we talk, people, make we talk. Conversation is the key, a guiding light for you and me.
Welcome to the Make We Talk program here on the Make We Talk YouTube channel. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. This evening we're going to speak about local government. We're also going to have with us to speak about a different topic. The Call to Action crew, Wilfred Rattigan and Dr. Rupert Francis. They will be coming on later on in the program. But this evening we're going to speak about local government election, and it seems as if there is a poll going around, the blue dot poll. I'm not a person who believes in polls, but I have to bring the news to the people. Not because I don't believe in it. Got to bring the news to the people. Today has been a great day so far. We're going to go into the polls conducted by Blue Dot, courtesy of CVM News. We're going to speak about that also. The election fever is in high gear in our country, you know. The 14 parishes in Jamaica is in high gear. My views on the gentleman there, Dayton, what his name, Jones, he should have never been, as far as I'm concerned, that man, that I go to that councillor there in St. Thomas, he should not allow to run as a councillor. If it was a normal Jamaican who drew a gun on somebody, you don't hear that the FLA is investigating and all sort of shibangaram. That councillor should not allow to sit anywhere in any parliament in this country. So as far as I'm concerned, the people of this country should stand up and say, no, that councillor who drew his gun and beat up that elderly man, I don't care if they want to shake hand and make up like to whatever. It doesn't matter. It was a normal Jamaican citizen who drew his gun, or drawing gun. Jamaicans have to talk patois. But who drew his gun on a normal Jamaican citizen. The FLA will be investigating, police will be investigating. How is it that he's allowed to still continue this local government election? Want to see what is going on in this country? Huh? Want to see what is going on in this country? My views on it. If it's a member of the People's National Party, say my views. That should not be allowed to sit in the local government election to contest the local government election. Should not be allowed to contest the local government election at all. That is my views. If it was a member of the People's National Party, still my views. If a member of the UIC, still my views. Member of the NDM, same way. You can't call yourself a leader and all they can do is back your gun. Huh? If it was me, then drag me down on a central long time. If it was any member of the Dirty 30, I don't know why I'm going on that road. If it was any member of the Dirty 30, then the Jamaican person locked them up a long time. So how is it that this man is allowed to continue to contest the local government election? You hear nothing from the police. You hear nothing from the FLA. You see how corruption continues in this country? Huh? You hear nothing from the People's National Party hitting out against it either. And the Prime Minister have the audacity to trying to defend this man. How is it that this man is allowed to draw his gun and a voter of this country and still sit as a candidate for local government election? And we as citizens in this country just allow what is going on? We accept it because what? It's our party. We are labor right for life and we are comrade for life because it's our party. Yeah, some people coming on this platform, you know. Watch me and them tonight. I'm going to call some name. Because them things I don't know them. You watch me and them tonight. I think I say no to them. Not saying a word to them, you know. How on earth can we call ourselves Jamaicans and a member of a political party drew a gun on a citizen of this country? And if they shoot him and kill him, I see him in a still contest of government election. Fitz Bailey. Fitz Bailey. Deputy Commissioner of Police Fitz Bailey. If that man Dean come up by St. Thomas and shoot that poor man and kill him, Prime Minister Holness, the man will sit down and contest the local government election same way. Huh? The man would have sit down and allowed to contest the local government election same way. If he had shoot that man, suppose he had drawn the gun and the gun just go off and shoot the man, kill the man. What would have happened? All you're gonna hear that he been nominated same way as the next council candidate for the Yalas division in St. Thomas or whatever division it is. And you'd hear James Roberts come out and speak that he's this man is very good and he should continue to represent. I tell you something, no guan. You see? No guan. Till some criminal from Jeffrey shut your mouth. Jeffrey shut your mouth. Guan. Till some criminal from the general penitentiary. It's put on the ballot box in this country to vote or to contest the election. Because if you can have, and I want some of the jail people propagandists to come over here, you see? Make I deal with them tonight. Because on put on some different names to come on my platform. I think I don't know who it is. I can call name tonight. Because I don't pay by either PNP nor Labour Party, you know. I no own, I have no construction company. And I don't get paid out of Labour Party coffers. I don't get paid. I don't work at the Corner General Hospital as either chief engineer or architect. I have no education behind it. I tell you, so don't trouble Zion. I don't trouble no. I don't want to trouble me. I don't trouble no, so don't stop trouble me. On a doubles as a dirty 30. So come by here tonight. Make I deal with you now. I run a very fair program. I don't bat PNP or bat JLP. I am neutral. My gay back smash up. I'm a Jamaican and Jamaica come first for me. No orange or green. The only green come from me is in the Jamaican flag. The time when I go on social media, people, when I talk about that councillor who drew his gun, that council candidate who drew his gun on a man. If the gun has went off and shoot that poor old man and kill him, it's the same way the prime minister of this country that allowed that man to be nominated. And the electoral office of Jamaica, them is a bunch of hypocrites, you see. The electoral office of Jamaica should have stand up and say no. And that is why Delaware Chuck wanted the Ombudsman office inside the EOJ for them to control it. For them to control it. The man came to whatever the fact of the matter, did the man draw a knife off of this councillor? Did the man pull a gun off of this councillor? This councillor drawing gun because they believe that the power that they have lies behind the trigger of a gun. And you hear nothing from the FLA. Yet this man is allowed to sit same way, to be nominated as a council candidate for the Jamaica Labour Party. The same way if the PNP had done it, I'll come out and talk about it. Make it up. Listen to me on the top chat nonsense amaze. If the man did dead to, if the man, when he drew the gun, if the man had been shot and killed, it's the same way I say he make it up with the family. Huh? We live in a society. We live in a country where sometimes I wonder sometimes. Hold on there for me, please. Hold on there for me. Make I go to something here. Hold on there for me. There's an emergency call coming in. Hold on for me, please.
When the game gets rough and this life just seems so tough, make we talk.
Sorry about that. I had to take that call. The same as the People's National Party put up somebody, and that person drew his gun on a citizen of this country, I'd come out and speak out about it. I would come out and speak against it. But we, because our party is in power, all we can see is the color green. We can't split justice and call a spade a spade. We can't do it. You're so correct. The pain people never get away with it because they're still Jamaica. Sometimes I wonder if we, the people of this country that call Jamaica, if we sit down and think about the future of this country, the two political parties from 1932 until now have been swapping black dog for monkey in this country. We're going to be 62 years old come the 6th of August. A majority of Jamaicans still have water in their pipe. And the double us as the mini superpower. Huh? Yet we are well renowned around the world as the land of wood and water. And our people in 21st century Jamaica, in 2024, has no water in their pipe. And all I can hear, if you vote for me, I give you water tomorrow morning. The People's National Party has said it before. Robert Pickersgill, when he was Minister of Water, they spent billions of dollars of taxpayers' money to pump water from Hanover in Lagwood to Westmoreland. And same way, at this blessed moment, people in Negril hardly have water. So the two political parties continue promising the people of this country what they can do for them. And until now, nothing has been done. Nothing has been done. You know what I do? I think I should get Dudley Thompson on the program here, you know. Let me send this thing to Dudley Thompson. Make I get him on the program here. I know we get independent in 1962. I know that, my good friend. But Jamaica has been in existence long time. And we have two persons running this country from way back when. We gained independent in 1962. And you believe that they would have done something good for this country. You believe that they would give the people of this country water in their pipes. You believe that they would give the people of St. Elizabeth the breadbasket parish water. But no, all they can hear, put me in there, and I will give you the water you want. Put me in there, and I will give you the road you want. Put me in there, and I'll make you see with the doors and windows open. And they continue and continue and continue and continue and continue. And we continue voting for them. It is your right to vote. You must exercise your right to vote. It is your right to vote. We can't sit down and say we're not going to vote. But what we must do is when we vote for them, we must hold them accountable. Continue to promise us water every 5 years, every 5 promise water. And proper road. Last time I had a call from a lady. Although I was laughing, it was serious. Although I find her comment and her speech funny, it was serious. We the people, we the Jamaican people have the power in our hands. And all we can think about is the color green and the color orange. When are we going to think about the colors of the flag of this country? When? We're going to have Wilfred Rattigan come on and Rupert Francis soon. We're going to speak about something totally different. We may speak about election too, because the Jamaican ambassador is telling people that they can go down and vote. Hey, Jesus have mercy upon we. We continue doing some stuff that's illegal in this country, you know. And our leaders continue telling us to do this and do that. We need to wake up. And the time is now. The time for us to wake up is now. And I say to you tonight, the soul of Jamaica's democracy depends on you, the people. You, the Jamaican people. The soul of Jamaica's democracy depends on you, the Jamaican people. Make the right choice. I'm going to play a clipping tonight, courtesy of CVM, where they say the polls is this and the poll is that. Our people must know what is going on. So I decided to do this tonight. I'm going to segue into another discussion with Dr. Rupert Francis and Wilfred Rattigan. The dubbed us as the dirty 30. No problem. That is no problem. The dub us as the dirty 30, no problem. But we'll go down in history as the most bravest set of 30 people in Jamaica. We'll go down in Jamaican history as a set of Jamaicans, 30 Jamaicans, who decide to stand up and speak out for our country. But it's going down a slippery path and a slippery slope. And tonight, yes, the same blue that poll we're talking about. And tonight, my fellow Jamaicans, both home and abroad, let us pray for a peaceful local government election. Let us pray that our people back home will make the right decision. Let us pray that our people back home will stand up for their rights. We can't have a government that is not of the people, for the people, and by the people. We, the Jamaican people, must demand a government of the people, for the people, and by the people. We, the Jamaican people, must demand accountability. We, the Jamaican people, must save Jamaica, not save your party. Not all those bloggers who is paid by the Jamaica Labour Party come out and chat all sort of nonsense to us. Because you know why they're doing it? They are getting paid. They are being put at Cornwall Regional Hospital. They are being put at the Montego Bay Metro. The open construction company. When they're done the talk, we don't have no integrity. They can't see nothing that is wrong with this country. All they can see is the color green. And all they can hear is prosperity. Don't get me wrong, you know. The People's National Party has done their fair in the 1990s with FinSac and the locking down of Central Bank, where a lot of Jamaicans committed suicide because they lose everything they have. Don't get me wrong. But we're talking about one government at a time. One government at a time. And tonight, as we get prepared, in 2 weeks' time, the local government election is upon us. In 2 weeks' time, the Jamaican people go to the polls and decide who they want to put in there. You have the rights, you have the power in your hands. That's what the late John Lewis always said. Go out and vote. Go out there and vote. From your name is on the voters list, go out there and vote. Vote your conscience. Don't ever do. I mustn't talk. Go out there and vote your conscience. Your conscience. Because we the people have the power in our hands to do what we're supposed to do. Stand up for what you believe in. Stand up for Jamaica, the land of our birth. We're going to segue into the Blue Dot polls that was conducted by Blue Dot. We're going to have this courtesy of CVM. Let's go to this.
The gap between the two major political parties in terms of voter sentiment is closing.
That's according to the findings released in the latest CVM Blue Dot polls. With the latest, here's CVM's Andrew Laidley.
2 weeks ahead of the local government election, and the People's National Party has gained 3% on the JLP in terms of Jamaicans who've decided how they will vote. It means the portion of respondents who said they would vote for a PMP candidate has increased to 28%, closer to the JLP's 31%. According to the CVM Blue Dot poll, the PMP was able to make inroads on undecided voters, which were mostly females and young adults. This despite the poll highlighting that undecided female and young adults were more likely to vote for the Jamaica Labour Party. With that said, the poll is showing that the PMP is not yet in the clear. In fact, younger Jamaicans are 8% more likely to vote JLP, while PMP candidates are more likely to secure votes of older Jamaicans, beating the JLP by as much as 14% in that category. In terms of the parish level breakdown, respondents in Kingston and St. Andrew, Manchester, St. Mary and Trelawney indicated they are more likely to vote PMP. However, the PMP is ahead in 9 parishes, most notably in St. Elizabeth, St. Thomas, and a double-digit margin in St. Anne. Of note are the number of respondents who said they were undecided or would rather not vote. These undecided voters accounted for a majority of the responses received in the poll, indicating there's more work to be done by either party in order to shore up votes across the parishes. To put things into perspective, the data highlights that the political landscape continues to change as both major political parties ramp up efforts to connect with voters on a more personal level. One aspect of this shift is the party's efforts to engage directly with citizens through community-based initiatives, town hall meetings, and grassroots campaigns. By taking a more personal approach, political leaders and representatives hope to understand the specific concerns and aspirations of individual voters rather than relying solely on traditional party rhetoric.
Joining us now to further translate the results is Noel Young, Consumer Insights Analyst at Blue Dot Insights. Welcome back, Mr. Young.
Thanks for having me again.
You're welcome. Now, having done similar polls, what significant difference did you pick up this time around?
Well, compared to September of last year, we're seeing where the leader of the opposition has closed the gap between himself and the Prime Minister to 10 points. So that's the lowest margin we've had in the past 3 years. But when we dive down into the data, we're seeing where it's really a reduction in the favorability of the Prime Minister, down 4 percentage points, compared to a 2% decline for the leader of the opposition.
But Noel, you have to give us some more insight into the difference between favorability at the local level, the national level, and perception of the leaders.
Well, so based on the nature of the poll, the dynamic wouldn't be necessarily at the national versus local level because it really is a national sentiment.
Okay.
But when we get down into performance, we're seeing where there is a difference in the gap. We're going to parish levels now. You see where some parishes really are in favor of the Prime Minister. You're looking at Portland, St. Thomas, St. Anne, where the favorability is over 40% in terms of performance. The approval rating for his performance is really high. So when you see those things versus other parishes where they're really low, like a Trelawney or St. Mary, where perhaps persons aren't seeing what they need to in order to give him that positive rating.
Noel, you've gone through the data. What can you tell us about those undecided voters that seem to be quite a huge pocket?
Well, interestingly enough, when we really get down into the data, we look at the party affiliations, we see where undecided people really aren't that interested in participating. But interestingly enough, when we get to analysis based on the different parties, we see where supporters of the People's National Party are perhaps more engaged, more inclined to go out to vote compared to the Jamaica Labour Party, where a lot of their supporters, self-reported supporters from our research, they are either undecided or won't go out. But I just want to, again, give the disclaimer that our poll really is a snapshot in time. It was done before the nomination day. So we're looking at it from that context. What happens between now and the election day, which is the major poll, the significant, the most meaningful one, perhaps there will be changes. So we can give you the directions based on what happened within the time the poll was conducted, which is prior to nomination day. So the parties now going out to campaign to demonstrate or get their supporters out, that might lead to changes.
Indeed, because that was heading into my next question, with the poll making any significant difference based on the time that it was conducted. Would you anticipate that the data may have looked a little differently if it was done post nomination or post, election day going into another round of elections like a general election?
Well, I wouldn't say necessarily anticipate or be able to suppose or assume what the difference may be.
Naturally,
different changes.
you're a scientist.
Yes. So when you do have changes, people are human. So when they respond to different contexts and circumstances, of course, they might have a change in responses. Our poll really is reflective of the time that it was conducted in.
Yes.
Right, which is much earlier than the nomination. Yes. So the last day was the 6th. Nomination day was the 8th.
But still very valid, nonetheless.
Yeah,
for
definitely
data purposes.
very valid. I'm sure both political parties are inclined to review the data and then make their decisions whether or not they need to campaign more to mobilize their base, or they try to get the undecided to go into the day.
All right, the big one now. What should people walk away from this Blue Dot poll results with?
Well, the first thing is that the margin has closed between the leader of the opposition and the Prime Minister. But the Prime Minister still is ahead in his performance, in his favorability. The Jamaica Labour Party is ahead, though the margin is small.
Yes.
We see where, though our margin of error is 2.25%, it's 4%, so just 2 percentage points outside the margin of error. I would say as well that based on this, the percentages of persons going out to vote being 39% predicted, still a little low. So maybe persons will be mobilized and motivated to go out on the day to, participate in a very significant occasion.
Can you make any determinations based on what was polled?
I am not a political scientist, so I wouldn't want to make
devil's
any...
advocate. Jamaicans are watching and wondering. Mika, ask him.
I wouldn't want to make any declarations. That's not their space for me. I think a political analyst would be the best person to give you that.
Which is a good plug, because we will be dissecting further later on this evening, right after the newscast, that bit of information with our analysts and experts. So thank you so much, Mr. Noel Young. He is the...
There you have it. The Blue Dot polls is showing that the Jamaica Labour Party is ahead. But I still believe that when the people that go to the polls will say something different on election night. The polls will say something different on election night. And of course, Mekwittalk will be carrying the election coverage. We're also going to carry the election debate on Thursday night. Hopefully we can get our friends down there to give me the ability to carry it live. We're going to bring it live to you all. But you know something? I remember when at one point everybody was saying that Mama P was going to win the election and she didn't with these polls. So as I said before, let us see what the polls bring. Is it that the People's National Party will have a landslide victory in the local government election? Or is it that the Jamaica Labour Party will go back in? What I know so far, that they're saying that the People's National Party will not gain back Westmoreland. They're saying that the Labour Party will gain back Westmoreland. Westmoreland have always been a PNP stronghold for years, for many years. For many years. You're so correct. The polls may say something different on election night. It is true. The polls will say something different on election night. The People's National Party has had Westmoreland in their neck of the woods for many, many years. For many years. And we see where the Labour Party in the general election took Westmoreland under their wings. We also see where a lot of councillors switch allegiance to the People's National Party, some switch allegiance to the Jamaica Labour Party. I'm looking for the Dan Anderson poll. I'm supposed to, I hope I can get Mr. Anderson on. He's so busy. I've been trying to get him, but he's so busy to come on. I'm trying to get him to come on to talk to us some more about the Dan Anderson poll. Because I believe in Dan Anderson poll more than anything else. Dr. Thompson, can you come on? Yes or no, Mr. Thompson? I sent you the link. You know, I can remember general election with Dudley Thompson, myself, and Owen Brown. We're carrying the coverage of general election. And I turned to Dudley and I said, Dudley, I think Bunting gonna lose his central Manchester seat, you know. And Dudley said, no, man, it's a PNP stronghold. I said, Dudley, based on what I see so far, I think the Labour Party gonna take central Manchester. On election night when they said that Bunting lose, if I had bet Dudley, I would have won some money. No, I'm not gonna bet local government election because I haven't. Because it took so long to call, you know, you didn't really do any big research on it. But I think local government election is in the air, it's a toss-up. And I believe that maybe let me not say I believe. I think election night will be a night for all of us to sit down, get our popcorns, and watch it, whether on my program or any other program. But I'm telling you, I believe that night is going to be a night where everybody will be sitting on the edge of their seat. On the edge of their seat. To see what is going to happen. On the edge of their seat. On the edge of their seat is what's going to happen. We will be carrying it to you live. I am waiting on Dr. Francis and Wilfred Rattigan to come on. We're going to speak about something that is going on that they have to come out and say to you all. Don't go anywhere. Stay with us. I can see the campaign in high gear all over the place. Campaign in high gear all over the place. Everybody is in high gear with the campaign fever. By the way, there is something I want you all to listen to, you know. Where Desmond McKenzie is saying that he's not spending any money because local government election is near. He's not spending the money because local government election is near and markets in the various town countries and so forth. But everybody is saying that Desmond is doing that because local government election is near. And it is so ironic that he announced the project 2 weeks before he called the local government election. 2 weeks. A lot of people is saying that Desmond did it because he knew that the election was going to be called. Well, let us all dig deeper in what Desmond said. I want to go over to what the great Desmond McKenzie said. Hold on for me. This is courtesy of Television J Jamaica. I want to hear what Desmond McKenzie said. Go back to this. Hold on for me, please. Hold on. Don't go anywhere. Okay, here we go now. We're going to listen to what the news is saying.
Hundreds of millions of dollars have been allocated to improve markets across the country. That announcement from local government Minister Desmond McKenzie less than 2 weeks before the local government polls. However, the minister is adamant that the elections have nothing to do with the government's plans. The details in this report.
At the official opening of the Port Maria Market in St. Mary, a promise from the local government minister for all markets.
And the government will be providing some $250 million to repair and to clean sanitary facilities in all markets across Jamaica. This is a program that will deal with the sanitary concerns of both vendors and shoppers in the market.
According to Minister McKenzie, the renovation is part of the government's plan to make all markets more friendly for vendors and customers. Sanitary convenience aside, he listed major renovations for markets in St. Mary, namely Anoto Bay and the Highgate markets. The latter was destroyed by fire in 2022, but he says residents and vendors in Highgate won't have to wait much longer.
I'm pleased to announce this morning that the final design for a new look Highgate market with a proper transportation center has been completed. And in the new financial year, coming, the market will go out to tender.
That project is estimated to cost $200 million. Not much details were given about the proposed renovations for the Anoto Bay facility, but with Jamaicans slated to vote for councillors of municipal corporations in less than 2 weeks, some have criticized his announcement as politically driven. Mr. McKenzie responded.
I don't want anybody to tell me that I'm here because an election is in the air. I work every day, whether or not election is in the air. This government works every day.
While the Port Maria Market has been operational for over a year, the official opening was delayed while the meat shop and other areas were being completed. O'Shane Masters, TVJ News.
In the meantime, the renovated Port Maria Market comes at a cost at approximately $68 million. The market was refurbished after operating in a deplorable state for years. Back then, the St. Mary Public Health Department declared it unfit for use. Local government minister Desmond McKenzie says the refurbishing was always on the government's agenda.
I just spoke with the mayor that the official sign must be placed on the market so that history will record that on this day, after many years of waiting, finally the market is here.
Mr. McKenzie says he understands the challenges of markets and vending. He has this warning for vendors.
And a lot of people will tell you that they don't want to go into the market, especially the vendors, because it is not conducive for them to use the market. Now there shouldn't be any vendor in Port Maria who is going to be complaining about a proper market. And my message to the vendors is that this money, some of it includes all of your tax dollars, was used to build this market.
Mr. McKenzie says this is the fourth new market opened since 2016.
There you have it. There you have it. Desmond McKenzie has opened market. Hold on for me, please. I have to get Dr. Francis on the phone here. Hold on for me, please. Let I get through to Dr. Francis. Please. One moment.
When the game gets rough and this life just seems so tough, make we talk, my people, make we talk. When this town becomes an ugly place, don't let it erase the smile from your face. Make we talk, people, make we talk. Conversation is the key, a guiding light for you and me. Spark a talk and you will see. Conflict solver.
Welcome back to the program right here on the Make We Talk program. Waiting on Dr. Rupert Francis to come on in to speak to us. And also our good friend Wilfred Rattigan. Hopefully they can come on. You know, the whole local government thing that everybody is up in arms with, it is something that is well overdue. And that is why we must call for fixed election date. It cannot be at the behest of a prime minister. He called election, he feels like calling the election. It cannot be. We must demand fixed election date. And that is why we must call for constitutional reform, where we have fixed election date, term limits, and recall. And if Jamaica to become a republic, we must call for the president must be elected by the people, of the people, and for the people. We don't want a president to be appointed with anybody. Is it? We don't want the president to be appointed with anyone. We want a president to be elected by the people, of the people, and for the people. We must call for the senators to be elected, not appointed by any political party. Because if we continue like this, when we become a republic, because they're pushing for republic status of the country, you know. And if we continue pushing for republic status, then may God help us. And when I mean may God help us to make the right decision if we're going to become a republic. Okay? May God help us to make the right decision if we become a republic. I don't know what's going on, Dr. Francis. He's there, but it is saying device not connected. Dr. Francis, if you can hear me, you have to connect your mic and your camera with the device when they're coming on, sir. Because I'm seeing you, but it's saying that your device is not connected. I must say good night to Yo-Yo. Hi, Yo-Yo. Long time I haven't seen you. Good night to you. Yo-Yo, why you calling up the whole of my name now, Yo-Yo? Huh? You always say good night, Jeffrey, good night, whatever. No, you call it the whole of my name. Why? What's going on? Anyway. So we have to have where our people makes the right decision. And that is why we have programs like Wilfred Rattigan, Rattigan, where they give a whole outline of the Constitution. I promise you that I'm going to give a program, the role of local government. The role of local government. The role of local government. Okay, here is Dr. Francis. Welcome, Dr. Rupert Francis, head of the Jamaican Diaspora Crime Prevention Task Force. How are you doing, Doc?
Not as good as you. It seems to me that some little duppy, I don't know where the duppy come from, came into the view and was messing us up from a few minutes ago. My apologies to your listeners. I see a lot of people listening in, and it was just a question of a technical glitch, which yes. I just fixed by using something else. Anyway, good evening to you and your audience. And I saw the name politics and I was about to run because I don't like the word politics anymore.
But as a former MP candidate, you shouldn't be saying you don't like the word politics anymore.
Boy, when I was running for them things, you know, politics used to be politics, but now, boys, sounds like it's politics. So I don't want to get involved in it because already I'm being blamed for things that I had no understanding of or was not a part of. I just want to tell you that.
So, Dr. Francis, we're on tonight. Your views on local government election, then we're going to segue into what we're coming to talk about.
Boy, elections are important, you know, very, very important. But you know what, I must tell you the truth. I glanced a few spots on this year's, and I see both Labour and PNP dancing together. So yeah. I think that they might know something I don't know. So I'm very happy to see that because you know
that never happened in your days.
No, sir. If I have seen wife and husband, one is a JLP, one's a PNP, and during that time, Valentine's Day couldn't work. Because there was no volunteering or there was no Valentine there because the house was split in two. And we have to stop that foolishness. We have to stop. We have to understand that, you know, those are, you know, you can't be so diehard. And you just have to just go with the times, regardless of who is there, no matter who.
Yes.
You have
Dr. Francis, we're going to switch gear now from politics to a different type of politics.
Yes.
We have been dubbed the dirty 30. I think the 30 people who was in front of the Jamaican consulate in Miami will go down in history. You don't think so?
Well, you know, honestly, I was there, obviously. There are many people who were there. And first of all, people started to play with the numbers and so on in order to sort of maybe cast a shadow on what was being done then and the idea behind what was being done. And honestly, I didn't like that outcome because it was not true that it was a political event. In fact, it is just by accident. We could not get the dates that we had wanted previously because it was not approved.
Yes.
And so as a result of that, we got that specific date. At that time, we had no inkling that anybody was going to call any local government or whatever type of election. And so unless we were clairvoyant, we had a Miss Cleo in our midst who could tell us what was going on, it would not have been possible.
Yes.
So for people to say that we did it because we wanted to give a particular party an edge, it's not true. It is purely circumstantial. And for people, so-called responsible people, to come out and say that, in fact, we were politicized. Would I dare any one of them to tell me that they're more politicized than me in the sense of this government? Because I was serving long before they were thought of. And they came by happenstance.
But Dr. Francis, aren't you an ardent member of the Jamaica Labour Party, sir?
Well, I've been with the Jamaica Labour Party since 1980.
In the 1980s?
Yes. Yes, since 1980. And I served as a partial, like a pro temp councillor in the Kingston municipality for a while, on the behest of the mayor then, Colleen Yap. Yap Sang, they call her. And so they asked me to serve as a ex officio member, and I did. But honestly, to be quite honest with you, at that time, nothing much was happening.
Yes.
And so I went on to other things that I had to do. But while still working with the Jamaica Labour Party, and I was offered seats as well to run that I would have won unopposed. And I decided not to do that, because my mission was not necessarily political. My mission was to see if I could work with every Jamaican possible. And I have so many friends on both sides of the fence. In fact, you would think that on both sides I should be wearing both red and green color and blue color too, with the NDM and which other color they have. So it is wrong and it is offensive, and it is it's a stain, in my opinion, for anyone, especially when people put out what you'd call it now, communication that would indicate that the travel advisory from the United States had any correlation with our event. It was not so. Impossible. I don't know anybody in those departments. And whoever did never touch anybody at all in that regard. So to say it was downright, somebody put that person up to it. And I would think that the person should have should be honest enough and straightforward enough, as she represents the entire diaspora, to apologize. For doing that. Because after that, like a lucky thing, the State Department came out and said, no, they had nothing.
Hold on for me, Dr. Francis.
Yes.
You're speaking about what Ambassador Ardremark said.
Yes, I am.
She was issuing a statement pertaining to what the American government said in a press release of a travel advisor to Jamaica.
Yeah, they've been doing this thing all wrong. They've been doing this thing all wrong. They've gone on the offensive, talking about the travel advisory is wrong. Well, I don't know what happened in other countries, but I know the murder rate in Jamaica.
Yes.
And since I didn't murder any of them, or they did not ask to be murdered, then we have to go, because we are the second most murderous country in the world. And why should we have to be afraid of saying that? And I am not the one who went and got talk about I am with the one China policy. I believe that whatever happened to Jamaica is as a result of them declaring that they believe in the one China policy. How could anyone say that when two big wigs are fighting, two elephants are fighting?
So what you're saying, Dr. Francis?
What?
Sorry to be cutting. What you're saying, sir, is that you believe.
Yes.
Why am I having this feedback in my phone?
I have no idea. Something must be on. Some other thing, instrument must be on, not mine. I turned off everything.
Are you hearing me, Dr. Francis?
I'm hearing you, of course. I'm hearing you good.
You hearing me?
Yes, I'm hearing you. Yes, I'm hearing you.
I'm hearing you now, though. Oh, Lord.
Hello?
Dr. Francis?
Yeah, but I'm hearing you. Hold on.
I am not hearing you.
Check.
I don't know what happened here. I'm not hearing you now.
Wow. Well, somebody's playing Anansi with this thing.
I don't know what happened. I'm not hearing you now at all.
Okay.
I see you move your mouth going up and down. Maybe you have to go back out and come back in.
Maybe that's the answer. Yes, let me do that.
We're speaking to Dr. Rupert Francis, head of the Jamaican Crime Intervention, the Jamaican Crime Intervention Task Force. We're speaking to him about the comment of Ambassador Art remarks about. I hope Dr. Francis come back on. I don't know what happened to the system. I know they're trying to hack into the system to stop us from talk. That's what they're trying to do. Here he is.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, Dr. Francis, you hearing me?
Yes, I can hear you.
But I'm not hearing you.
Well, I honestly don't know what is going on here. These people are good.
I don't know what is going on. Hold on a minute for me. Let me figure out something here, Dr. Francis. Dr. Francis, you hearing me?
I am hearing you, yes. I'm hearing you.
Yes, but we're not hearing you.
I'm hearing you.
Okay. Dr. Francis, you hearing me?
I am hearing you.
I'm not hearing you on here. This is weird.
All right.
Dr. Francis, continue talking for me. I'm going to work on something. You continue talking.
Okay, yes. I'm just saying, I don't know if anybody else is hearing me, but I can always change to another platform. And, I don't know if that will help. But I can always change to another platform. Let me try. Can you hear me? Give me a minute. Let me get back to you.
Okay. I am back. I think there was something wrong with some technical difficulties here. We do apologize about that. Yes, you all were hearing us both, but I wasn't hearing him from my end. But now I'm pretty much sure you all are hearing me. Dr. Francis, I hope you can come back in. I'm back on. We're speaking to Dr. Rupert Francis, head of the Jamaican Diaspora Crime Intervention Prevention Task Force. Okay. There he is. He's back up with us.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay, fine. Well, I kind of know what happened. It's not my fault. It's not your fault. We know whose fault it is. But let them continue. I will change every instrument I have in my place if they continue to do what they're trying to do. Now, let me make it quite clear. Tom drunk, but Tom no fool. Them have a saying in Jamaica. And the fact of the matter is, you can fool some of the people some of the time, but you can't fool all the people all the time.
Yes.
And I throw my can and I don't call no foul. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
So I am saying to you categorically that we need to stop the foolishness.
Yes.
What is more important? Individual self or collective Jamaican people? Why is it people in the Jamaica don't love themselves? I do. But I've come to the conclusion that maybe some of our Jamaicans don't love themselves, because when I see people arguing about remittances and saying that remittances does not really help the Jamaican government, I've seen that. I have to wonder, who are they talking to?
Mm-hmm.
And what do they believe? I am not here to call any names, but I'm just telling you this. that if they want to what shall I say, demonize their own people, let them go ahead.
Yes.
Because I can't stop them. But I am saying to you that beware. When you're pointing a finger, remember three looking back at you and one up to God. And these little cliches is not just we pass through, so on and so forth. We are serious about what we're doing and we know what we're doing.
Yes.
So, I just remember something to that I should have done and as I talk about that. But
Go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
Let me say this to you. I believe that we as a people have a right. I didn't get that. Sorry. We as a people have a right to self-determination. Right? And we as a people must be at least honest to ourselves and recognize what is happening. We have had a very fortunate. We're very fortunate. In 1962, we got rid of the shackles of the British government. But I always used to wonder why. Whenever the Jamaican people were asked whether or not they preferred to go back under the British,
yes,
than stay under the Jamaican banner, why they would say yes. Well, I no longer have to wonder. I no longer have to wonder. Because it seems to me that the British were treating us better than our own people are treating each other. And now I know they're going to say, oh, you see, I tell them don't like Jamaica and what have you. No. I look at the polls that Don Anderson did in this regard. And ask yourself the question, is there any truth to it? Do we have the crab in a barrel approach? Do we allow everybody, every fruit to ripen, and do we allow every field to fluster with flowers? Do we? In other words, is every Jamaican has the ability to become who they want to be? No, I was watching a couple videos, nice videos on Jamaica. And yes, some good things are happening. But everybody who spoke that were Jamaican and came from somewhere else, most of them came from the ghetto. And they have done exceptionally well in other countries. And I'm not saying that is not happening in Jamaica, but it should be happening more in Jamaica than other countries. Okay? So I am just saying to everybody who may not like to hear what I'm saying this evening, please understand this, that the diaspora is there, and they will be there, and their children will be there. And right now, they love Jamaica, and they should, as we all do.
But Dr. Francis, the press release that the ambassador gave, on her Facebook page, sir, is what she's saying that the group may have lobbied the American government, the State Department, for them to put a travel advice like that, sir?
Let me tell you something. I cannot believe that was written by Audra Marks. I can't believe it. Somebody else must have written it. Because I know that she has tried on many occasions to represent the people of Jamaica in the United States, that the diasporans well. She has tried. But you see, when the ugliness of politics starts to creep in, when the concerns of the minority is more important than the concerns of the majority, then something is wrong. And then they might say, oh, the boy turned communist. Well, I don't have a communist bone in my body. I'm a conservative. I've always been a conservative, and I always will be a conservative. That does not mean I love to make people live and let live. I don't bother people. Okay, and not because a person does not have the same beliefs, we don't go to the same church. That doesn't mean I don't respect them. I used to love to listen to the Rasta man, but I still go to the church and my other church on Sunday and listen to what's going on there too. Right? So, my view, if you're a true Jamaican, and I always felt that I don't have to take no movie to convince me that Bob Marley is indeed a patriot and is indeed worthy of maybe the top honors in this country. It doesn't take a movie. I watched this documentary, and when the man was even dying, the man was talking about Jamaica and what he wanted for Jamaica and other people of this world.
Yes.
He went, he was shot at, and all that sort of thing. Right? Because people think that he was turning the tide. The problem is the same thing is happening now, you know? Right? People are coming out and saying, no, enough is enough. Why don't we treat all Jamaicans as one? When the people go to represent Jamaica, so that's the problem we're having. That's what I'm saying. So to understand my little metaphors and so on, all I'm saying is, look, you can't have served this place for so long and you come out with a statement like that. Because you're supposed to be a trained diplomat by now. Right? And you know what is going on in the world. China is fighting for status in the West Indies. And we are giving them that status. And not only that, it's the highest toll in the world, I think.
So Dr. Francis, based on what you're saying now, you're saying to us tonight on the Make We Talk program that Jamaica has made a wrong decision by saying they will continue to be a part of China one policy or whatever they want to call it. And because they said that, the American government decided to put a travel advisory on them. Yet the ambassador is blaming the dirty 30.
Yeah. The question is, what does the Jamaican people believe? Do they believe, you know, all of a sudden, they start to spend money on facilities in the market. They start to do this, they start to do that. Why didn't they do it before? Why? Why is it now that you have politics in the air? Why? Huh? Let me tell you something, see. You have some Jamaicans out there, you know. Maybe they should be running parliament, ordinary people. And if you see what I'm saying, and you see what they're doing, go check out YouTube. Check out all that. Some Jamaicans out there, very skillful and very, listen, and people are watching them. Right? And they're making roads and they're doing things and they're, you know what I mean? And they really, and they don't have to go scam them, don't have to kill nobody. So the question you have to ask yourself is, why are these people, these killers, existing? I mean, what they sent for New York for the NYPD deputy chief or something. What the hell does he know about policing in Jamaica?
It begs to ask the question: why did the deputy chief of the NYPD came out and said what he said, Dr. Francis?
Exactly. And they paid for foreign journalists, I'm sure, to come down there at their own expense, him at their own expense, and all that to come and say that and to turn and to use statistics. Where I'm thinking that people don't understand what statistics is. There are lies, damn lies, and then you have statistics. You pick your choice. So that man did more discredit to himself than anything else. But him a member of Noble. Well, that ain't noble. That is not noble, and I know what noble is. So, brethren, we'll and come again. You have disgrace noble. Disgrace noble. Okay? And yet, and this is sit down there as chief. Right? And sit down. Okay? And listen about him. Listen, what were you telling me, sir? What has been your accomplishment, brethren, since you become chief of the police?
His accomplishment, Dr. Francis, is his boss said he can allow Jamaicans to sleep with the door open, and a lot of Jamaicans have been gunned down like blackbird in their own country, sir.
That is joke business, man. A joke to matter about. Joke they're talking about, brethren. Some people can sleep in their beds because they're behind closed doors, they're behind metal, they're behind camera, they're behind this, they're behind that. But some people can't. Some people cannot. So, brethren, it's foolishness I'm talking. Foolishness. And I don't care who I'm vex and who I'm pleased. The fact of the matter is, if you are doing something right, I'm going to say you're doing something right. But when you know better, you don't do better, you're worse than the man who don't know better.
One of our viewers on YouTube said that the meeting between the Commissioner of Police and the NYPD was a joke, was a game.
Well, that man is certainly not what you call it, a prophet. He is right. He's totally right. And I know that some people are going and say, how can he say those things? How can he? Well, somebody got to say it. Somebody got to,
Dr. Francis,
so what?
Dr. Francis, it begs to ask a question, and I think a lot of people have been asking the same question that I'm asking. Is the government of Jamaica not accusing or saying, I'm just saying maybe, are they paying people to say Jamaica is on the right track?
Listen to me, I don't know them paying, But all I know is that people don't just come out of the woodwork and say what they say. So I don't know what they are being offered. I don't know if they are being offered anything.
But all by the way,
all I know is if you came and you spoke the truth, people would be hailing you. But you don't come and tell me about. Now, when I spoke to somebody, I said, why is this guy going to? I mean, is New York any better than Jamaica? Well, the amount of murders and this, that. But I remember about a year or two ago, you couldn't walk on the streets in New York.
But Dr. Francis, somebody's asking the question here. Can you say if the Commissioner of Police was in the meeting with the Commissioner, the Minister of National Security, rather?
I have no idea where the minister is. I haven't seen the minister in months. Don't know where he is. You know what you do? Why people ask the question? Why is it our good Prime Minister, the visionary Prime Minister, has so many ministries under his portfolio?
That's a good question.
All of them around him so good. Why is he the only one talking? You know why? Because he's popular and the people love him. Right? The people love him. Well, and so he's using that to gain favor. Everywhere he's going to cut ribbon and this and gain favor. I'm going to give him kudos, for the things that he has done. But the question is, what about the things that he has not done and he could have done? Don't forget, the other side can be blamed, because they have garrisons too. And this side have garrisons too.
But Dr. Francis, let us go back to what is being said about the dirty 30. I don't know why I keep on going back to them.
I have no idea either.
Is it that we has done something wrong by saying the crime is out of whack, by saying the healthcare system is worse than Riverton Dump when you have Jamaicans sleeping on the floor trying to get a bed? Even a senator, opposition senator, spoke about the whole thing of people not getting a bed in hospitals.
Yeah.
So Dr. Francis, because you wrote a letter and speak about those things, are they saying then that we're lying?
That's what they say, yes. In essence, yes, I am a liar. Everybody was out there liars. Yeah.
Doc, are you still there with us?
Yeah, man, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes. Yeah, I can hear you, but I thought you were getting a bit distracted a while ago.
No, I'm not distracted at all. I just remember that I had another meeting and I have And I forgot to go to that meeting, but you have me here, so that's important. No, let me tell you something. Whether we want to believe it or not, it is very disingenuous for these people to say that we are the dirty 30. And I mean, I don't know where to get that from. But
let me make it clear.
Yes.
The ambassador did not say we are the dirty 30, you know. Somebody in the chat room said it. So we pick it up and say, oh, the dirty 30. The ambassador did not call us the dirty 30.
Okay, fine. Well, all right, I understand that. You know, so I'm just saying to you though that whoever said it is really very disingenuous, because
no. Hold on there, Dr. Francis. Why the person said it, you know, is because obviously, if the 30 people could lobby the American government for them to issue a travel advisory, that means that we are very powerful.
Oh, more than powerful. More than powerful. More than powerful, my friend. Because, you know, that takes a lot of connections to do something like that. And ask yourself the question, do I have that connection? No, I don't. I met a few people have come, but I don't think they even remember me. And I've certainly have not been communicating with them. And nobody I know in the group was communicating with them unless I didn't know. But what I want them to know is during that time, 40,000 people viewed what was going on.
Yes.
Okay. And since they made the one China policy statement, people have been, the US has retaliated. That's what they should be worried about, not us. And tourists have been canceling. Okay. Now, if they can prove that the things didn't go as they said, then fine. I hear the Bahamas has been able to do that.
What the Bahamas are able to do? What the Bahamas did?
I've heard something that the Bahamas was able to, you know, they disputed something and it, you know, whatever. I don't know. That's what I heard. But I have not heard any evidence, anything from Jamaica that says, listen, this didn't happen, that didn't happen, this didn't happen. And furthermore, that communique was sent out 3 years ago, and some was added to it this time. So it's not a new thing.
And then and then there's another new one again.
Yes. Yes. So that is what is going on. So, you know, let me tell you something, my friend.
But Dr. Francis, don't it look very don't it look very disrespectful? But I said that Jamaican citizens in the diaspora write to the Jamaican ambassador. And until now she haven't responded to anybody.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know now. I don't know. This is a lady who, I am telling you something, that she had my utmost attention and my full respect until Dr. Chang disrespected me in front of her and she said nothing. I remember on other occasions always to talk about diaspora leaders, and I was in the crowd. And although I don't profess to lead no whole heap of diaspora, as a lot of people are talking about, I do not speak for the diaspora. Well, I don't. And I'm not saying I do speak for the diaspora. What I'm saying is, a lot of people I know have called me and told me, go right ahead with what you're doing because we support you. And because of who they are and what they do, they cannot say anything more than that. And I cannot divulge. But the fact of the matter, this could not be spreading like wildfire by only a group of 30 persons. So whoever said that has a dirty mind, the dirty 30.
No, hold on. No, hold on. I think you're misunderstanding me, you know. It was one of our
I know that I heard it. It was one of the persons listening to you who said that. And I'm saying, saying therefore, whoever said that.
Hold on. What I'm saying to you, the person who said it on YouTube or said it on Rattigan program,
Yes.
And the person was saying, then since we all make such a big hullabaloo, why the Jamaican ambassador is saying XQYZ, then obviously it seems like we're the dirty 30.
Well, yes, I know, but all I'm saying is, I've heard some comments also from other Jamaicans who are saying that the diaspora has not contributed to Jamaica at all. And I'm saying that, how could you say that? When you look at the amount of missions, you understand what I'm trying to say? Now, all of a sudden, where they used to come for donations for campaigns and investments, etc., we are no good. Why is it? You're gonna tell me that you love politics so much, and you love murder so much, and you love corruption so much, you would disown your own? Come on. Something wrong with that picture, brethren. Something's wrong with that.
So, Dr. Francis, based on all of this, what is the next move of the group?
Well, we are going to from what I understand, when we get together, we are going to do a couple of things. We're going to be in New York soon, and we're going to respond some way to these letters and these things that were officially sent out. And I think we should respond to it in a more kindly and friendly way. And so, you see, let me just say this. To this date, people are saying that we could have done things differently. I want you to listen to me carefully. They said we could have done things differently. Okay? But yet no one has said, hey, you have a point, let's talk. Instead, they sent out their attack dogs. They sent out people to demonize us. So who is it us alone who could have done things differently? Or is it because of his almighty God, what you call it, government, that we can't say anything against them? How dare us? Or not even against. Cannot we propose that we reduce corruption? Can we reduce crime? What is wrong with that? The same way you build a bridge, or you fix a bridge, or you build a house, or you fix a market, is the same way you could do that.
Yes.
What do they take us for, Jamaicans? Fools? It's the minimum.
Dr. Francis, in all your years.
Yes.
In all your years of being on this earth, in all your years living in your country, Jamaica, and then live outside your country, Jamaica, would you say that this government is a dictatorial government?
No, I'm not going to say anything like that, you know. I'm not going to say anything like that this government is a dictatorial government. I'm not going to say that.
What would you say?
What I'm going to say is that a government who doesn't listen to its people will give the appearance that they don't respect what the people says. But I'm not going to say anything about dictatorship and all that, because I don't see Jamaica is one of the longest standing democracies in the Western Hemisphere. And I don't see anybody becoming a dictator of Jamaica. I don't see anybody doing that. If they try, well, it's up to them. I wish them luck. But I don't see Jamaica being dictatorial at all. Be dictated by anybody else. Maybe they say we need it, but I don't know. I don't believe that. I think we fought the British, right? We fought for slavery. Our people got crucified, hung, everything you can think of. And that's the people. And one day they're going to get enough. Get enough. And I don't know when. But every day I carry the bucket to the well, one day the bottom is going to drop out. So I would warn people that they must do the right thing by the people. I'm not raising anybody. I'm not in a revolution. I don't believe in revolutions. Although I'm a military man, I don't believe in using guns and all that other thing to suppress. No, I don't believe in that. I believe that the ballot box is enough. Democracy is enough. All the people them want is ethical behavior and trust and confidence in and don't have to pay them off. And you don't have to kill somebody to show your love for your country.
Yes. Well, today somebody was gunned down again.
Uh-huh. So
And
how
every day
many
you
we
get up in
gonna
the
know?
news.
How many we gonna know for the year?
Well, I stopped counting.
Okay.
I stopped counting, Dr. Francis, because it can't be that you have a country that some part of Jamaica is in a state of emergency and still hearing about the crime. People are being gunned down same way. Ain't that?
Yeah, man. But listen to me. This is not going to stop until the people of Jamaica get up and say that we are not animals. We are human beings. And we deserve to be treated like human beings. Okay? We have to get up. The people have to get up. Okay? And don't expect us to come from no. The people of Jamaica have to get up and say enough is enough. Right? Stop taking the I mean, come on. If you can't believe in your institutions and all you're talking about is new roads, which are essential, yes, new development. But the question is, what happened to the old development? What happened to the farmers who still can't get water? They don't have nowhere to live. Right? The electricity is out of whack. It is owned by a foreign entity.
It is a shame, Dr. Francis, that Jamaica is well renowned for the land of sunshine. And you're saying to me, Dr. Francis, not you, but they're saying to us that until now, they can't build a solar system for Jamaica, Dr. Francis. We have with us journalist Wilfred Rattigan. He's on the road, I think.
Yes, indeed. Big up yourself, Jeffrey. Big up, Captain. Big up everybody. Everybody who's tuned in to Make We Talk. Big up on yourself. Yes.
Thank you very much.
I'm on the road. Rattigan. You can't see me?
We're only seeing your teeth.
Oh, God.
But we can hear you, so that's okay. Wilfred Rattigan, you have something to say to us about what Ambassador Mark said to the people in the Let's Connect about voting.
Yeah. What was that? What she did mention voting. What's the question?
She said that Jamaicans can leave from they have a pass, but they can go down and just vote.
Yeah, and we need some clarification on that because the Electoral Commission's rules are that in order to be eligible to vote in Jamaica or register to vote in Jamaica, you must be a Jamaican, 18 years of age, and reside in Jamaica. Or if you're a Commonwealth citizen, then you must establish residency, which will require you to live in Jamaica for a year, and then you're eligible to vote. So I don't understand why did she's telling people who reside elsewhere that they can go to Jamaica and vote. I'm kind of confused, and I'm wondering if the first time you register and you used to live in Jamaica and then you move and you live overseas, if that registration is still good. If you live 5 years out of the country and you want to go back or 4 years and you want to go back and cast a vote, if they still consider you a resident. I'm not sure about that. So, but just looking at the rules, it would indicate to me that there's something wrong about that. That if you live overseas, for you to just pitch up and vote and then fly back to where you live, that would seem to be problematic. The way the rules are written. So, and I don't know if that's good advice or advice that because it's so unclear. I'm not sure if that is advice that he'd want to give people in the diaspora, but that's the advice that she gave. She said it. She said she know people who have a Jamaican passport and then just go Jamaica and vote and come back.
So that means, but based on what you have gathered from the Electoral Commission, Wilfred Rattigan, that means maybe people have been breaching the law then.
Yeah. Yes, and I'm going to write her tonight and write the minister, the junior minister in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade, and ask them to clarify. because when he was on the Let's Connect platform, a question was asked about voting, and he was saying that initially he was saying he didn't agree with the idea that people can leave from overseas and come and vote in Jamaica, because when you cast a vote in Jamaica, you don't have to live with the consequences of that vote. You cast it and you leave, and then the people in Jamaica have to deal with it. And he also said that people overseas, they really don't know the people that they're voting for in Jamaica. And so he registered an objection to it. And then when taken to task by a questioner, he eventually said, well, then, yes, you can come to Jamaica and vote. So there is, maybe it's just me, but I believe that some clarification must be provided to this issue of voting in Jamaica, in order to let people, give people a clear understanding as to whether or not they're breaking the law.
Listen to it, Mr. Brother Rattigan. Let me just say
Let me turn on the light there.
Let me tell you something. If you do that, what she says, it is illegal according to the dictates of the you're supposed to live there. Okay? And you don't live there. And I am telling you, if I go there to vote, you know what is gonna happen to me. They're gonna arrest my you-know-what and put me in jail, because maybe some people get away with it, but not me.
Yeah, that's voter fraud. I think that would be voter fraud.
What do you mean? And so I'm telling you this. That is, and what they should do is go back and see how many people used to come down and vote and did nullify them vote and see if everybody wins still.
Yeah, and the ambassador, she made it clear that she's aware of this going on. And so the question then is, what did you do, Madam Ambassador? Did you put out a public advisory to people saying don't do it? Did you consult with the ministry to say no, don't? The people are doing it. We need to put something out and tell people that unless you live in Jamaica, you can't come down here and vote. Similarly, it's like weapons permit. You're not supposed to have a permit to carry a weapon in Jamaica, all right? Unless you live in Jamaica. Because remember, at one point there was a scandal where people are in a prison up in America and them have gun permit for Jamaica, and that's not supposed to happen. So I'm gonna write tonight to both of them and ask them for clarification on this, because this is a significant issue.
It's a very significant issue, because I am telling you right here now that what is good for the goose in this case not good for the gander, because I am telling you that I know this for a fact, that yes, it may have happened in the past, but now is not a time you can take the joke with that. Especially if somebody hold you. Oh man, no. I don't see people doing that.
Well, if you go back and listen to the conversation on our last Let's Connect discussion with the junior minister, you'll get, because I wrote down what she said verbatim. I wrote it down, and I'm paraphrasing her now, but she said that she's aware of people going down, because the question was, well, we can't vote, and she was giving the indication that, yeah, if you have a passport, you can go. I know people who go and do it, so yeah. So, but go back and listen to it, because I don't have. I'm just paraphrasing what she said, but I have an exact quote from her, and that quote seemed to indicate that people can go and vote, and even if that those words shouldn't even come out of her mouth, because it's illegal. So the question then is, if she knew about it, then why isn't she speaking about it? Why isn't she doing something to stop it?
And that is why Wilfred Rattigan, they push to put the political ombudsman office in electoral office, because these things must go to the political ombudsman, and this is what is going on. If a person can, because I think her exact word was this, for me have a Jamaican pass, we can go and go vote.
Something though, Brother Travis and Brother Ratty, let me tell you something. I went and I investigated that, and I was told that the ombudsman is not such a, or the people who are in the electoral commission were what should I say, approved by both parties. Both
No,
parties. Yes.
hold on there, Dr. Francis. We're not talking about the office of the electoral office, you know. We're talking about the political ombudsman.
Yeah, but you're saying that, but the same thing with the ombudsman. Both parties have to agree who the ombudsman is.
No, we're not, Dr. Francis. We're not disputing the fact of who the person is. What we're saying, we do not believe that the office should go over to the electoral office. That's where they have it now.
Okay.
Your views on that?
Well, honestly, I was trying. What I was saying is, my problem is, will the ombudsman use his authority to keep the electorate and electoral matters clean? That is what I'm hoping that will happen. And the question is, I would think that how we got there is important to the outcome there. I don't know if you agree with me.
Well,
that's all I'm saying. What do you think, Mr. Rattigan?
Well, you know, I'm all for oversight of the election. And maybe what we should do is we should have the oversight conducted by an independent body because of the allegation of vote buying and voting irregularity. I don't know if the ombudsman. I don't know. I don't know if I don't know if that's the right position, and I don't know if the location of that office is whether it should be with the over by the Electoral Commission. Because the ombudsman, my understanding is that ombudsman is basically the people's protector, and you're supposed to look at more than just voting issues. So I don't know if this ombudsman is or her responsibility will only be voting, the voting issue. I don't know. It shouldn't be, but if it's only for voting, then maybe that's where it should be. If it's not only for voting, then I don't know why they put it over there. It should be a standalone office. By the way, let me ask Brother Rupes something.
Yeah.
Brother Rupes, no, you are a card-carrying, proud member of the Jamaica Labour Party, and you've said it on occasions without apology, and it's for who you are, and everybody have a right to do what they want, and you have seen it fit to run for that under that platform and to support that platform. Nothing wrong with that. In fact, I applaud your right to do it. Now, what happened now is that the ambassador, in her thing, she claimed that, again, indicating that there was some political motive behind it because we were doing it close to the election and so on and so forth. What they've forgotten, though, is that Dr. Rupert Francis is not a member of the People's National Party. Dr. Rupert Francis is a member of the Jamaica Labour Party. So have they stripped you of that membership and put you in the PNP now?
Well, I don't know. You know, to be quite honest with you, I still know a lot of Labour Party members, and they still consider me as part of the Labour Party. But no, maybe not after my revelations or my pronouncements. But it's not been official, I don't think. And they can make it official if they want. They can make it official if they want. I myself still have my loyalties wherever they are. I can still sing the anthem of the Labour Party. And I think I have a right to sing any anthem I want. Okay? I shouldn't have to apologize for that. Okay? It's a democracy. Okay? So all I am saying to you is this. We need to get a hold of ourselves, right? And just be honest and straightforward about what we are doing, how we are doing it, and why it will be beneficial for Jamaica as a whole. Don't ask me to change my views on that, because as far as I'm concerned, I've always been what I've been. And I'm not going to apologize for it.
But why do you think? Sorry, I got disconnected for part of the conversation. The question I want to ask is, why is it that she would? Do you have any idea as to? Because she must know by now that you're a member of the JLP. So I'm just curious as to why is it that she would make a statement that it's politically motivated. Because it would be like, I guess you want to say that we're PNP members going after the Jamaican Labour Party. But with you at the helm of it, I don't know how forceful an argument she could make about that. So why do you think, you have any opinion, any clue as to why she would say something like that?
Well, to discredit me, I mean, it's important to discredit the messenger at this point. It's important to discredit the messenger, because in discrediting me, then the message is not fulsome. So that's what I'm saying, that they refuse to they don't want anybody to believe that the message could have come from such an area. And as far as I'm concerned, I am not going to take my words back. And as far we need to just understand that it is what it is. Okay, so that's how, as far as I just think it's a question of how to posture and discredit me, and that's fine with me. Go right ahead, discredit me. I don't think it's believable. I don't think the majority of people believe it, and in my opinion, they should not. All right, but it does not make me any less a person that I am, and I'm less credible either. So basically, that's what I'm saying. Yes.
Well, so there's some of us in the real diaspora, not the bogus organizations that they're running, but the real diaspora who believe that some kind of response should be made to the Facebook post put out by the ambassador. What are your feelings about that?
Oh, I do believe that there should be a response, of course. I do believe that there should be a response, and a very credible response, and a very forceful response should be made to those persons who have made these allegations. I do believe so. And I'm expecting that it will be done.
Outstanding.
Yeah.
Outstanding.
Yeah. So we just have to just keep on working, not be derailed by anybody or any group or what have you, and just keep on doing what we're doing. I sat down today and I spoke to some people, and I outlined them my position, and they have come to the conclusion that I'm not mad. I am just a person who wants the best for our country.
Mr. Rattigan. Sorry to disturb you. Karen Powell, this is a good night.
Oh?
Karen Powell.
Tell Karen, please give Karen my regards. Tell her I wish her well. She must keep well and stay safe.
She's listening to you.
Well, Karen, if you're listening to me, thanks for the support. Thanks for supporting everything that we're doing. And the pronoun there is we, not just Rattigan. I'm just one of several. And we're going to continue with the message to hold government accountable, because that's the only way the people of Jamaica can actually prosper and thrive. When you hold government accountable. This government is a runaway government. They're doing all kinds of things. And they think that they can do it whatever they feel like without being accountable. And that therein lies the mistake. Because we have a very hardy group of diasporans now who has made it their platform to hold all of these folks who have been elected to lead. We're going to make sure that they actually lead. Too many instances of malfeasance in office, and nobody has said a word. So those days are coming to an end. So, Karen, keep the faith and continue to support us.
Now, Mr. Rattigan, what is your views on the local government election?
But listen, I haven't been paying much of that now, because I except to say that I will tell people that, and this is a constant message. I don't care who you vote for. Just vote your conscience. Vote for somebody who is going to make a difference in the life of your family, your community, and Jamaica. If you have somebody representing you right now, and they're not doing the job. You really don't need me to tell you, but I'm going to tell you that, you know, I think it would be unwise to continue to vote for somebody who's not helping you. Because that's the way you hold government accountable. Because when you do that, that is the power of the vote. And whoever you elect, they'll realize that the fun and games and the shenanigans and the kleptocracy and all of those things, they've come to an end because you're serious about your vote. You're serious about your representation. So again, I just tell people, vote for whoever you want to vote for. Just make sure you vote for somebody who's gonna have your interest at heart.
Yes. So
I
based
agree.
on all, go ahead, go ahead, Dr. Francis.
I said I totally agree. Vote for who is going to work on your behalf.
We can hardly hear you, Dr. Francis.
I said vote for who is going to work on your behalf. It's very, very important. I don't know why it's acting up now. It's very important to vote that way. All right? Because in the long run, those are the people who are going to make sure that you get what you deserve as a citizen of Jamaica.
Yeah.
Okay, now as simple as it may sound, if we want to change something or we want to see changes, we have to change the players that we have out there. Okay, if you want to keep the same players, then you have to be prepared to accept the consequences. But I'm not telling you who to vote for. But I'm thinking voting is a right, and people have died for this right.
Let me ask both of you this question, though. Wilfred Rattigan, a retired FBI agent. Let me ask you this question, and Dr. Rupert Francis. A member of the Jamaica Labour Party team pull a gun on a Jamaican citizen, and you hear nothing from the FLA, yet he's allowed to still run as a candidate for the Labour Party councillor. Your views on that?
You know, I don't know who could allow that. I don't understand which member of the government would allow that to happen. It's a shame. It's a shame. How could you be doing the things you're doing and literally getting away with it? No, makes no sense. Okay, that means. I beg pardon?
Oh, sorry. You finish your point. Sorry, finish your point.
No, it is corruption. It is corruption. But some people don't know the difference between corruption and a sore foot. They don't know the difference. It's a big sore foot. So, I mean, I know people who have foot that them could not get rid of, and them, nobody can't tolerate them. It's the same thing. You shouldn't be able to tolerate people who are doing those type of things and getting away with it.
Mr. Rattigan, your views on that, sir?
If you hold on 1 second, let me just.
You want to switch over or something?
You can see me? I mean, you can hear me?
Loud and clear.
Yeah,
and the ladies are saying in the chat, you're a very handsome man. Go ahead.
No, man, they mix me up with Rupert. Listen. Listen, the idea that somebody can conduct themselves in that way, or put it this way, we all saw what happened on the video, right? And it is my considered opinion that when you have somebody acting in that manner, they automatically disqualify themselves from representing the people in any capacity. What should happen is that there should be a timeout, so to speak, meaning that there should be an investigation, and if the person if it's determined that the person violated a law or laws, then that person should be dealt with. But you can't, it just goes to show the state of affairs in Jamaica, that you can have something like this happen and we witness it, and then the person is allowed to run to represent the people of a constituency. It doesn't show the temperament of a servant leader, somebody who's asking for your vote. And I know there have been allegations that he was buying vote. I don't know if that's true, but I saw money. I saw a woman walk up to the van and she was counting money that she received from somebody inside the vehicle. I don't know if that was for some other business or voting. I don't know. But going back to the fact that he pulled his weapon and there was an assault. There was an assault on him as well, but he actually assaulted the man who walked up to the driver's side of the vehicle. Something like that, he should, as I'm saying in Jamaica, take care himself. Him should just take care himself, or the party should have said, no, this is not something that we can countenance. This is unbecoming of somebody who's looking to serve the people, and therefore we have to replace him. So, and I saw a picture today where the MP for that area, what's his name?
James Robertson.
Yeah, Mr. Robertson was in the photograph with them, and I think they've made amends. So I don't know. The guy didn't look happy. The guy didn't look happy at all. But here's the thing. The government can on its own. The DPP can on their own launch an investigation into this with the police, because this is a crime not only against the individual, but it's a crime against the state.
Yes.
So, but who knows what's going to happen? Because if the DPP is telling me that she doesn't know anything about the two high-profile cases concerning the former speaker and the former junior minister in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade, then I doubt very much she's going to take this one on. So, but we shall see.
Let me say, can I say this to you? Let me tell you something. In Ocharios, in Mother's restaurant, 2 weeks ago, a man came in there who said he was a constable and cut in the line in front of a guy. He had about 5 or 6 other, and they were said to be all policemen. They proceeded to try to fight the man. The man beat up all 6 of them, and the man go outside with him weapon in his car and come shoot the man dead in the restaurant. And nobody was arrested right there and then. Nobody.
Okay.
In spite of eyewitness testimony. Let me make it quite clear. And if nobody knows, that could have been you. You could have been in there when gunshot was firing. And that means that you are in the west of America, the western badlands, if you don't understand what I'm saying to you. We cannot continue to have that happen. And after that, they had the gall to send for the New York chief of whatever his name, right? Come talk about using statistics. Him can't spell the word. Sorry, sir. But me, I wonder if you can come and look at us, our country with 2.6 million, 2.7 million people, and we are number 2 in the world. What God Almighty could convince you to come down there to chat foolishness and talk about we are destroying brand Jamaica? Him is a kuno.
Well, I believe that destroying brand Jamaica is a prime example from the Labour Party. When you have a member of the people of the Jamaica Labour Party pulling their gun at a citizen, and then you have the MP, according to the MP, the shaking hands. So hold on there. If the gun had went off and killed that man, so you're not going to shake the members of the family hands?
Look, the man had no choice. You either shake him hand or you become a duppy. Choose. You don't know what you're talking about. You don't know Jamaica. A little money for knock you off, So I'm looking at the handshake, you better go hide. Okay, so listen, let me tell you something. Whether they like it and they like me or not, or whatever I'm saying, I am saying it as I see it. Okay? It does not make me, I don't feel good about it. I don't feel good.
I like what Karen said. It reminded me of the late Wilmot Mutty Perkins. Things fall apart. The center cannot hold. Mere anarchy is loose upon the land. Wilfred Rattigan?
Yeah. Yeah, Karen hit all the right points. Look, the learned doctor talked a while ago about the police commissioner, deputy commissioner police, deputy commissioner of police in New York City, by the way. That he was in Jamaica making all kinds of proclamations that crime is a perception in Jamaica, it's not a reality, something to that effect. Well, while he was talking, they were killing people in Jamaica. I think they must have, I think 6 people were killed one day. I think it was the day before the day of that he was making the statement. But be that as it may, that's not his bailiwick. He was there to provide training, a seminar, or transfer information. He wasn't there to make statements about the travel advisory, because travel advisories are issued only by the U.S. government, not by police agencies, not by U.S. police agencies. And so I can see where the State Department would reel him in and tell him that, look, you need to keep your mouth shut, because we put this thing out based on what we see happening in Jamaica, and we live here. You don't live here. You just come here as a visitor. And for you to come in and start making these statements that are statements only issued by the State Department, we don't understand your purpose here. So I can see where they would give him a good tongue lashing and tell him that in I can think of instances where if he had said that overseas, he would be asked to leave. They would say, as an American, we're telling you that you're supposed to leave. No, it depends on who paid his way. If it was paid for by the State Department through INL, then they certainly could tell him, pack your stuff, you're leaving on the next flight. If NYPD paid his way, then that's a different kettle of fish. I think they can recommend that he leave, but they can't force him to leave. So one of those two entities paid for his trip. Either it was INL or NYPD, because I don't think he paid his own way to go down there. Or I don't know, maybe if it was some UN organization or some international organization, then it probably would have filtered through the State Department, and there again, they would have the right to tell him to leave. So,
is it that the Jamaican government pay for him to come down there?
That's possible too. And if they paid for him, then the State Department, they couldn't tell him to leave. But they could certainly raise an objection to what he said, because what he said is in stark contrast to what they said. Because the State Department said that, you better be careful down here regarding crime, and you better be careful. Well, they've said that since March of 2022. They've been saying that, and the threat level wasn't increased. It's still at 3 from March 2022. So almost 2 years? Almost 2 years. So I don't. This was more on the health side, saying that if you come into Jamaica, make sure you have health insurance, because they don't have good health care in Jamaica, and it's true. It's true. But by and large, they have some facilities like the Thwaites Wing, and I think they have another specialized. I think Andrews may have something else, but that's it. That's it. One hospital and one wing of a hospital covering almost 3 million people plus tourists. So, that police commissioner, I think he stepped out of line when he made that statement. But that's not for me to go further than saying that. I felt it was way out of line. It had nothing to do with him. And so the State Department, I'm sure they'll deal with him properly.
Hold on for me, Dr. Francis. Hold on. Go ahead, sir. Go ahead now.
There's a thing called grandiose behavior. And that gentleman, I don't know what he was thinking. But it's not everything good for talk. Right? And I'm saying he had 19 years of experience. And he went up fast, I can give him that, but him not really know about policing yet. That's what him know about certain amount of policing, but not all. And what I can't understand, we had people with almost 30 years of experience. Far out rankerman in Noble too. Was in Noble in a bigger and higher position than him. Right? And this government rejected them. Rejected them. So what I'm saying to you is that I have to ask the question, whose interest is this government serving? Whose interest? Or any government that is because we have had success. It is not only this government alone in the past.
I am happy you touch on that point, Dr. Francis. Let me ask you and Wilfred Rattigan this. If the Jamaica Labour Party should win a landslide within the local government election, you believe anything will change in Wilfred Rattigan? Anything will change when it comes down to a local government election, or the entire government will change in a sense of crime will start go down and the hospital will get their beds and so forth?
Well, put it this way. You would hope, and that's all we can do at this point, hope for change. Because what's going on right now, attention is focused on everything that's going on, unlike, before. So you'd think that whoever is going in now, they're going to go in with some kind of mandate, and also some kind of trepidation that, look, if we don't do what we're supposed to do, then people are going to come after us. The days of just going in and doing whatever you wanted to do and not having anybody call you out, those days are over. So you would think that what we're doing now would force whoever, whether the JLP is going to continue or the PNP is going to take over, that they will pay attention to what's going on. Because as Advocates Network said, their motto is "We nah ease up," and we subscribe to that. We nah ease up. So whoever is in charge, just do the right thing, or prepare to face the consequences and the wrath of the people. And when I say that, not the violence, we're talking about the commitment. We're talking about the voting. We're talking about people standing up for what is right. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah. Honestly, I only hope that the right people get the chance to vote and the people choose who they want. If the people choose the Jamaica Labour Party or the PNP, it doesn't matter to me. They choose the direction in which they are going. I happen to believe that democracy is what it is. We should not buy votes. We should not do this. It's the people's choice. By the people, for the people, of the people. And I do believe that when a man pays you for a vote, he doesn't have to do anything for you afterwards. And that goes for both sides of the fence. So I say to you that think well. Do what you have to do. But let me tell you something. When you make a choice, you have to live with it. Okay? Don't expect the dirty 30, according to the participant, to come and try to rescue you when you don't want to rescue yourself. Don't expect that. Okay? I have better things to do than to work for people who don't want any change or don't want to have better lives. Let's put it that way. Not change of government. I'm not talking about change of government. I'm talking about better lives for them and their families. I have no time for that. Because I know when I make a decision, I make it not only for me, but for my family and my family's family. So I ask you all to think properly. And anybody who pays you to vote, take the money and vote the vote. Anybody, I don't care who it is. And you see free talk, a lot of children come on this land through free talk, you know. And then they're abandoned. The women of Jamaica know that. Right? I drink a white rum. Some, whatever they call it, mix up with some drink and all that, and you drink it and you're drunk and you get a child afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
We are blame. And you did open your foot, sorry to use the terminology, but you don't bother blame anybody else. Don't blame God, oh my God. No. When you were saying, oh, it was not to God. So I say to you, my loving Jamaicans, please work up yourself, understand, make the choices. You can make the choice. You have the Chinese on you, you have everybody on you, you have this and that and so on. You have to make the choice for your children. We can't just let them go so, because you know what's going to happen. They're going to get into the wrong hands. And they're going to do the rest. So when that happens, you have to go tie your belly and ball. I ain't not going to tie my belly and ball for you, because I told you so. I told you so. And the so-called dirty 30, just one second more. The so-called dirty 30 told you so. All right?
Wilfred Rattigan, you hear that?
Okay. Yeah, I'm here, man.
So, me just telling you, we have spent a lot of time, blood pressure get high, and what have you, to warn you. Okay? And I would say to the politicians, change your ways. Yes, the people love you. Yes, the people believe in you. But let them really believe it and do something for them while you're doing it for others.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do it for yourself. Right? Because I mean, no, you can't eat 2 dinners one time normally, or 3 dinners. You wouldn't do it.
You know something, Dr. Francis, thanks for your comment.
Yes.
As I see this in the chat here, $200 a pound for sugar. I remember last night a lady called in, and she didn't mince words at all, Wilfred Rattigan. She went on and she made some very good points. I'm going to open up the phone line tonight before we go, because we don't have enough time. We don't have a lot of time leaving the program here. I get these 2 gentlemen to come on. I have to beg and beseech them, because, tomorrow is Valentine's, they have to, Dr. Francis said he has to go tomorrow night, And I won't tell you what he said to us in a telephone conversation today.
You're a wicked man. And you say it, not me. And Ratty can bear me out. Anything you say, me say. The Ratty I laugh there. And you say it. All right, so nobody with it. Okay, good.
Doc, all I know, you're still signaling the plane and drive the Jeep, though, man.
Sit down.
I have a call coming in from Jamaica. Hold on a minute there. Hello, welcome to Make We Talk.
Hey, good night, man. Welcome again.
Hey, how you doing?
Well, I listen, because I know saying you want to go make a follow account, Yeah, make sure.
Your good friend Wilfred Rattigan is on.
Yes, man. Look how sweet. Oh God, I take a plum.
I'm gonna record that one and send it going. Anyway, record it and send it going house.
Good night and good night to everybody in the chat. I have a message.
Yes.
I have a message for the FLA people. It's me good. FLA, Mr. Pitts Bailey, Mr. Anderson, members of the private sector, to the judge system, where they call it judiciary or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
to the prime minister, and all of whom we call to them and their family, because they must have family, no way you take it. And to all civil society people in this Iraq. What are this, and to Mr. Andrew Wallis especially, sir, whether you write excellent or most, and I really study them yesterday. I'm say taking this from me, a simple, ordinary Jamaican. Hold on, you two. If what this player St. Thomas, when every down to the blind man, the cataract, see what happens, and you people do this, and all the authorities them says nothing about it. What example do you set in? You cannot go out there and arrest no man with your ears to have gun, Mr. Anderson. Cause here you hear say you have gun, but you see man with gun and run down the threat. Okay? That is not right. And Mr. Prime Minister, if you want to win the election, you believe people see this and they're going to vote for you. Every talk you talk and every action you and your party they make, you know, deep a whole little deeper. You say you're a member of the Seventh-day Church, and where is the church, my God and Christ? We used to have some people in the umbrella of churches.
There is a bunch of hypocrites.
Right? Now everybody make money. Come on, Jamaica. Look how far we have come from. Do you remember the days of slavery? Is it the one we turn back to? 1 pound of sugar for $200 in a Chinese place and $200 elsewhere. Right? Look into yourself. What example is I said? You tell me, say, a man is a represent people and a behave so still select him. Then if we Jamaican people really make you win back now, the flying squad you out to put you on, you're gonna call you out and say, you don't make no sense. Kill that, cut that, kill that. That don't make no sense. What example you set? And when we look, we see everybody in Jamaica in a high society. Join with you, Mr. Prime Minister. The blood is on your shoulder. All of them innocent people want to kill some mischievous dead one at Jamaica. It was on Green Bay killing. Some people were just wipe out. And Miss Paula Lewin, I don't know if you give birth. But make I tell you, I gave birth to 10 people.
What?
And I tell you, see them, the cry of the people, the mothers who, the nurses send pain mother is on your shoulder. Uno is cruel, uno wicked, uno a murderer, literally. What example you have set? My God and Christ, America Embassy, Canadian Embassy, UK Embassy, Caribbean neighbors, we have begged help for Jamaica. Real church people, we are begging to go down in a prayer and sackcloth. Enough is enough. We are beg, we are cry, we are beg, we are appeal. No make nobody buy you know how long $5,000 can serve you know. Even $50,000, how long? $50,000 can buy casket. Almighty God, what is this? We are beg Jamaican people who know high. It's not about who you like and who you don't like, it's about justice. Who don't want freedom. Who don't want when no work and collect it pay. Who no can be bossy again. We Jamaican people are bossy people, you know. Who don't pay us our food, money in a bank, and we are drink with 2 white rum. And if we are girl, we are go with church and we happy. We don't want back that the life they drink. Remember we may go man drink a junk a road. That got a piece upon him. Drop in a water to the overnight, we are far with him. And about no business within that making water I was in a job. What kind of Jamaica this? And people here I sit down and talk foolishness. Them I talk about me see one chat and I chat about young people. I see him thing when I said 2016. Say Peter Phillips a whole man if you go and yard a young man time, clocks pan foot, gun pan chest, bad man government. You know see it a play out now. You don't see it. You go back go look on the record them. Peter Phillips a whole man if you go and go sit down. A young boy time now. Clocks pan foot and gun pan chest, bad man government. $18,000 can buy you a sheet of zinc. It can buy you some more food. How much $18,000 no get cross the board? Eh? Gentlemen, sometimes you hear we talk and we too can't if you have a platform we can breathe out of it because it's not easy. Since night me come from work and my little boy say, he hungry. Me not tell him nothing in the house and he say one cup, one bag soup, we call it ramen. Me give him $100, me give him $200 and tell me say $224. $120. And when me give him I look back to me $80, I feel like you have a say woman can raise $30 gone for one ramen soup. $150. Right? And me check say $124. Look on them sitting now. Eh? A mother with 3 picnic then. Talk the truth, how we feed them. Eh? And when I said we forgot to turn war and all that and do things that we don't want to do. And make him man then go thief. And that you know I set up a country for set me up against one of the people, make them tap fool with. Me say one time one man say them not in America or some country, remember certain. Said them not have to kill black people again. They set them then kill them wonder. So that happen at Jamaica. You know wake up and look. You can't make one dog bite you know, so long and none are change. Pitbull a bite. Make one chihuahua bite now. Can't have one dog bite so long, brother. It means 20 years younger. I swear to you I'll be the next Rosa Parks. I know I will dead, but I will dead for something and dead for a cause. Too much years Rosa Parks dead, and his name will never stop calling until the end of time, if any end of time come. Almighty God, man. This too much now. People listen, Rattigan them, then teach about constitution right. If it was a ordinary Jamaican run down a man with a gun, whether him have license or hand license, every police at Jamaica find him, man take up phone and run to give me the prime minister and then find him under bed. And sit down and be criminal. I represent to know St. Thomas people in the name of Paul Bogle, wake up. Wake up. You know, I go through it, but at every dark tunnel there's a silver light. Hold on for your faith. If we come together in a prayer, Jamaica will change, and Jamaica must change. If you not change in my lifetime, it will go change. But a way of it to make it change. We the people, good gracious God, man. The man run from the man, you run him down. 2 man come to me yard, come kick me. You believe if as do me a female. Anywhere monkey, them have to find it to find me. Side be everywhere. But something have to done, because nobody can constrain my hand. Nobody couldn't constrain me hand with a business. My grandfather tell one man, when me a pick me, say, to the love of money, to die for money is foolish, but to die for a woman is rather foolish. So make me tell you something. Me couldn't make them buy me out. This year you have $1 million, next year you have 500,000. Money won't come. People, Jamaican people, St. Thomas people, in the name of Paul Bogle, remember the rebellion. Wake up, make them take you by a buyout. We are not for sale. Our forefathers, our ancestors, dead left this give way. So make we live and live happy. No make when they call them the house slave them. All of them we are doing now, them are the house slave, you know. Them are the
Yes.
our slave.
Yes.
Our slave, we, the poorer one, it can't work. And if you continue, Jamaica go end up in our, we don't call it civil war. Remember me telling you. With that said, somebody want to.
Hold on before you go.
Gentlemen,
Before you go. Minimum wage is $13,000 a month, eh? A week.
a week, yeah.
Yes. Tell me something now. Why you tell me this? And Rattigan, you have a pen with you?
Yeah.
Write down this for me. How much a pound for chicken back, my dear?
300 Jamaican and 320. Depends on what you get if you buy.
How much a loaf for bread?
You can get a loaf of bread for 650, 7, and 6. Because everybody do them one thing.
Okay. How much a pound for flour?
100, 120, 110.
How much a pound for sugar?
200, 200, 220, and some of them are 185.
How much a pound?
And if you buy like...
Go ahead.
Go ahead. If probably if you buy like 10 pounds, I can go and you buy 10, not 10 pounds, like 15 pounds or so, you get a little discount. That's for those who can buy.
Mm-hmm. How much a pound for rice?
Rice are 100, 120 same way. Rice and flour same price.
Mr. Rattigan, you writing down those things, sir?
Yeah.
Okay. How much a tin for dirty girl? Tin mackerel.
All right, you have 3 stages of tin mackerel. A regular one, a big one, and a flat tin. A big one of 400, and nearly $500 for a big one. A little one can be for 120, 150, 130. Yeah, small, what I little regular one where you left for Jamaica. Where you
Mm-hmm. How much a tin for corned beef?
Oh Lord have mercy. No. We don't look on them or something.
Those are
one can be the last time we see one can be for $700, the big thing.
My God.
One Lasco, a little Lasco, them have 280, 260.
Somebody in the chat said that tin of mackerel is for $500. The big tin.
Yes, that's the big thing, right? And for more than 5 too, sometimes all 5, and depends on where you get it to buy.
How much a tin for butter bean?
The last time I buy butter bean, now, 3 something. I don't remember, I don't want to tell you lie. But you over 3, but you not catch 4.
How much a buckle for cooking oil?
Mr. Jeffrey, me tell you the truth. Me can't buy back oil. Me buy like a retail oil where that is good for you. Like one of the irregular water bottle.
Yes.
Irregular spring water bottle. Me buy one of that for nearly $250.
My
that
God.
I bulk oil.
How much a buck for Lasco?
300, 280.
Somebody in the chat room said butter bean is for 300, Mr. Rattigan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, somewhere they said it.
Dear God, Ratty, add up that for me now, no?
All right. So if you have all right, I'm gonna come on for this.
Don't leave, Ratty. Soon come back to us, ma'am. So tell me something now, my dear. How much then if all right, you have to pay a bus fare if you go to work, no sir?
I live in one place where it costs me 2 and 2, 420, $840 a day. And I see him a parish.
Dear God. So what you're saying that the $13,000 every a week?
That's not a use. You have to do something by the side to back you up. Or if you have one little spouse or probably have a kid, 2 man or 3 man, you make up here if you have one family member. God bless you in the diaspora.
If you have 3 or 4 man?
Yes, the way you're gonna do. What you gonna do? If you're hungry, watch TV because I couldn't pay me like bill, couldn't watch you and listen to you. So you have to have a backup. And that you, me tell you, that you reach to. And sometimes, more time, me tell you with me now, me have one little family member where shout to more time and he say, well, I go and he say, $50, $100. And he say, me pay like bill for you. And you have two little bigger me them. We have for them problem too, but you know, I'm mommy already.
Yes.
Them put something like it in the small, but them have for them woman and pick me and problem too. We have all pick me we serving a force now when you get paid. Sometimes in a kiss all in me ever say, son, don't worry yourself, man. Hold on.
So how much you pay for light bill?
You know what I say?
Hold on. Hold on there. You don't have to give me the exact amount if you don't want to.
$10,000 me pay. I mean, I'm not new. But if find where I catch weed, it consumer Jamaica where people now look for.
Yeah.
They must send some text by your phone. And if you not reach you, then raise light bill. Even without it come over the radio. Then raise phone bill. Even without it come over the radio. Well, me not pay water. Me no you pay water because me no live for me not get supply from WC. But what they do now in Jamaica, they raise the telephone and the light. Even without you know, they have a style to put on $5 and $20 and penny. You have to read good.
Mr. Rattigan is back with us. How much is it, Mr. Rattigan?
Yeah, for the chicken back, bread, flour, sugar, rice, mackerel, corned beef, cooking oil, Alaska, and butter bean. It come up to 3,680.
Plus sticks.
All right.
Plus sticks, plus tax, plus Andrew
Yes.
and his cronies.
All right.
Yeah.
Listen now. You know, by season it, you know, skelling and time. You know, put no salt there yet. You know, put the gas.
Right.
And look at wash. Look at beverage.
Guess what my Jamaica Tavares? Lime gone home. $500 a dozen. $500 a dozen for life in the market.
Dear God
And
Almighty.
you're not even my sister. You're not even my sister orange again. You have to buy one bottle of the lime juice for your sipper. For shelf when a team tastes good. What's anyway? Every time you drink, it come like that style for you.
Dear God in heaven. My friend, thank you for calling back into the program.
Yes, me every night me try catch you. Sometimes me not catch you live because it's transportation and that.
Yes.
But if me not catch you live, me go back go watch you over.
I
Well,
appreciate it.
gentlemen, it was good to be here, and Mr. Ratty, Mr. Francis, and everybody. Big up on yourself and the family, because behind every good man there must be a good woman. So big up on yourself and the family and continue to do what you do. And we support you in every way we can. Well, you know me, money can buy chicken back good, so but if I make up a number, me do what me can do.
So when last year you eat pizza Oxtail?
No, Mr. Tavares, no. Nobody insult me, sir. Oxtail. In last time he pizza Oxtail, I found 20 or 15. We can't buy Oxtail now, sir. Oxtail enough for we. You want Oxtail to buy turkey neck, and you cut it properly. That is our Oxtail. And that I nearly $400 per now. So when you buy the turkey neck, you strip it and cut it nicely, and you take time and you cook it. When you have a cookie, you just add water to it. So you just continue add a little water, so you cook nice and a long water, so you just cook nice and juicy. You understand? You just add water, and get it to a level. And you had a short in a butter bean. That is oxtail. That is oxtail.
God in heaven. Thank you very much for calling.
Yeah, man. Big up on yourself.
Yeah, man. Likewise.
Yeah, man.
Change a come, man.
Strike the fight, no matter what they want to say. That can't stop you. Ratty.
Yes.
That can't stop you.
Big up yourself.
The boom baba and the boom baba. We don't watch them because they go in a hole. The whole of them are put on in a hole. One of them before so we go jump. Busy, Bobby Green. 61 me I go jump for them. Real 61. Real 61. Oh.
So hold on now. No, the more you say go, is the more you're giving up to more things. So hold on now. Where you say no? You're not jumps on 61 for Babs. So don't you trouble Zion?
I know you all of them. Jump 61. Oh, call the ancestors them. Where I say, you think we don't know it too? We know it too. But I'm with you, we know.
But you know what funny? You know what I find kind of strange is that whenever I see them go on with them things until election time, you know, if it was something them I do right through the year and I promote it on a cultural level, but I know me see them are going to get involved in the poker business and the Kumina business and things like that. So
what they don't understand about it Kumina. Kumina are the 61 if I the right revival, them are jump. You can't jump revival for innocent people.
See there?
Guilty if he catch them.
See there?
And them not jump revival. You have to because the ancestors, them can't wake ancestors and ancestors back them people. Ancestors no back hypocrite. Ancestors no back hypocrite.
No, Eddie then they try to wake up. Then they try to wake up Eddie.
If you notice the table when they set, it turned upon them. I don't know if it's a table. Anybody we are listening know say there was a Obia man named Trashy.
Yes.
He was one of the baddest Obia man then in a St. Mary Bush then. And if you know if it's a table, the turn he fire back on you. So when them are up there, then I go on, they don't know nothing about them sitting there. When you go on grave, go wake up ancestors work for people. The good people, your ancestors don't work for hypocrites. When you go and you ball to ancestors and call them by the name and say, this is what happened to me. This is what happened to me. When you're there and you blow your rum and call them are going to wake. Oh, them are going to wake. Call them in the spirit. Them are not devil business. And me tell you, a two things wrong hurt, good and bad. And when a person ancestor spirit live on. You understand what I feel do it? When them are doing macri, you know, see woman foot chop off. And you know, see who mash up third pan them. Because people are crying, God answer prayer. Oh. Imagine, Mr. Tavares, imagine, just like, take a minute, look. You work, and when you go to work, you work hard. You give them your 100. And when you collect your money, you can't save something for your doctor bill. You can't go through no frustrated and that, no high blood pressure that. Then you go tell a young man if you go work for $13,000 when he know he can't walk to the road and go bed and get more 13,000. Eh? Talk the truth.
Yes.
You're not looking at it good when they say people don't want to work, but work to what? When it makes sense, nobody don't like work. Nobody, no human being love work.
Hold on there for me, darling. Hold on there for me. Hold on. Mr. Rattigan.
Yeah.
Somebody say me. Somebody say.
Jeff No, this fella Jeff Star. I think a JPT Jeff Star, JPTA, something like that him name spelled. Yeah, Jeff Star. Otherwise known as Prof. Yeah.
Ratty, who do you have Jeff Star?
I'm a cousin.
Who do you have this?
Him come from maybe they are Clarendon at that time and they are St. Elizabeth. Yeah.
No. Well, I don't know. Let me ask this question now. Hold on there. Dr. Francis.
Yes.
So you couldn't tell us what you have somebody named Jeff now?
No, man.
Brethren?
No, ask him. No, wait for ask. No, wait for ask Dr. Francis. If him have no relative in our business, too, that you must ask him.
Which business?
The lady that said the monkey business.
So, what me don't know, no, be a man, sir.
They said, God, no, a scientist we are talking about, you know. Different business, we are talking about scientists.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Me name one walk here, so me good.
No, man, we are man a local team. We are talking about somebody on a different level, man. Scientists we are talking about, man. Our prof. We call him prof. Eh?
What we must ask Dr. Francis, you know. Ask Dr. Francis when he was a part of the Labour Party, if they could jump cool enough with Eddie.
See, they ask him. See him right there in front of you.
Oh man, Eddie a good boy, man. Eddie a good boy.
So hold on, you jump cool man with him?
Oh, Eddie?
A
good man now.
So you answer the question.
If you jump cool, if I would, of course I would jump cool.
No, I'm asking you the question.
The man if you did. The man if ask if you did.
If I did, no, I never jump cool with anybody, you know, to be quite honest with you. But and I don't believe in Duppy, I don't believe in ghosts, I believe in mankind, wicked mankind. Honestly.
Yeah.
I don't believe in them things that are because I remember I live in a house that is about 3,000 square. I'm alone living there. I'm not afraid of nobody.
Megawatt. Megawatt, yeah. Let up my thing, megawatt, man.
My good friend, thank you for calling. I have an next call coming in.
Child, man, child.
All right.
Okay. All right, darling. Thanks much. Yes. Hello, good night. Welcome to Make We Talk.
Yes, Mr.
Yes, sir.
Ratty, and who is the other guest?
Dr. Francis, Dr. Rupert Francis, head of the Jamaican
Diaspora.
Okay.
Yes, the notorious Mr. Francis.
Yes,
I know that. All right, very good. All right, I want to add to your guys' discussion. I joined you kind of late in the last 10 minutes. Sometimes I don't know when you guys are live. We just have to try keep up with the thing, you know.
What you need to do is subscribe to the YouTube channel. Subscribe to the Make We Talk YouTube channel, hit the bell icon. Subscribe to the Rattigan YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.
Yes. Okay. All right, very good. Very good. All right, I heard a lady, she was talking about the price increases and all that. And I was telling wife just a while ago that maybe the $13,000 increase. Sorry, the minimum wage that is now 13,000. 3 to 3.5 years ago, that would be okay. It would be ideal, but it would be okay.
So hold on there now, caller. When you have people like Robert Nesta Morgan and others within the Labour Party talking about we have raised minimum wage and blah 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 blah. That don't make no sense when you're talking about then.
No, because all right. I tell you this. You see, I am a skilled worker, and it doesn't matter how much I earn now. I'm still short. And the reason is that everything has increased. In my opinion, if it's not double, it is like a time and a half, 2 times the amount. And we were, I heard the lady spoke about the broad bean now that is $100 is now it's $200. And it is the reality that we face. You can't go to a supermarket in Jamaica with $20,000 because people will laugh after you. You cannot, and it's on a way. And I am not one of them who is gonna bash the government, right? But the reality is the reality, and people's life and people's hardship is the reality, and we can't go around that. And if it is happening in this time, and enough is not being done, we have to talk about it. You understand? And in my opinion, and this is my opinion, I believe too much of the public purse has been wasted, right? I heard a lady say the other day that when she was working with in NHT, she saw where a lot of the public funds was wasted. I mean, I said, how can we be doing that in running a tight ship, and we are wasting public funds repeatedly, and nobody has been punished for any of this any time at all. It can't work. The accountability is in my opinion is paramount. We are lacking accountability. And I said to a group of parents the other day that I am a coach as well. I said to them that you will hold a teacher accountable in your classroom, right? You are hold the principal accountable, the taxman accountable for drive you go to work and come back. Yet still the government officials are not held accountable for nothing they do. So I'm wondering, why are they not looked in the same light that each and everybody? The gardener who, if you have a gardener at your yard, and I just use that term, and he pull up your pepper tree, and you know say you did one about it, you hold him accountable for it. You go to one draft and him in $13,000.
If the GG lock up a man to pick Aki off of the man own property, because Patrick Clinton Allen don't own the property that the King's House is on. You see? The people of Jamaica pay how much $1 million a month or a year to keep King's House going. Him not living there, pay a dead duppy living there. You see? And the man go pick Aki because he's hungry. And they lock him up for that. I tell you, the people of the Vumva and the Vumva, you know, there's two Jamaica, one for the rich and one for the poor.
Yes, why I agree with that. You see, the power of education, right? And that education meaning that you get 9 subjects, right? And you're left with 5 keep, and that's not the education I'm talking about. The education I'm talking about is teaching each other how to come from this mental slavery, to rise above what is happening in our system, right? So I hear that there are brighter people now than ever before, and I don't see it reflecting in my daily life. I don't see it.
So
I don't know about you.
What you're saying to us, you're not seeing any prosperity at the Labour Party, Andrew's administration, how much and Nesta Morgan going around the country talking about?
No. I think that the Jamaica that they are talking about maybe is the Jamaica that they see 2030 or beyond. I don't know, but it's not the current Jamaica that they are discussing, because the reality is, the harsh reality is that when I hear Nesta open his mouth and speak, it bothers me, because if a man can see what is happening in our country, like that he's a part of, and go there every Wednesday, every Tuesday and speak, so why is it against what is really the reality of what we are facing? It is appalling. It is really bad. It is like calling fire water. It is bad. And I don't expect him to come and speak about negative about his government, But guess what? No, you can't walk so wide from the truth, to Rattigan and the terrorists. No, still look closer then. You can't walk so far from the truth. Because when you walk so far from the truth, you're sending a different message. Message you're sending. I'm crazy.
Thank you very much.
Crazy, really, really crazy.
Yes, sir. Thanks very much for calling in.
You are most welcome.
Thank you. Wow. Center cannot hold mayor and occupant the land, Wilfred Rattigan and Dr. Francis.
We know that. Let's see if the people of Jamaica, what they want.
I think people in the chat room is asking the lady who called earlier on to call back, because they love how she speak the truth. and the human behind it. So, you know, if she's gonna call back, we'll have her to make the last call for her to call back. We're gonna have her call back, and then we're gonna wrap up because I see Rattigan bowing.
No, yes, no, I personally have to go. I have a very.
Well, before you leave, Dr. Francis, I'm gonna ask you a question. You know, they said that the protest that you coordinated and you led down in Miami, it was a dismal failure. And they meaning the government of Jamaica, reversed its position recently, saying that as a result of that protest, the Dirty 30 caused the State Department to enhance or amend the travel advisory. Now, one of the things that came out of it was that and I'm getting it through reliable sources, that the ambassador will be meeting with the State Department again tomorrow to restart the conversation and try and get them to do something about the travel advisory. I wish her all the best. But you know what's funny? She's made the argument, and the Jamaican government, by extension, they've made the argument that tourism is unaffected by crime, so to speak, because the crimes committed against against tourists is 0.01% of the crimes committed in Jamaica. Now, I have a very, very serious problem with that statement, and I find it very troubling, because here it is that the Jamaican government's primary focus should be on its people. And now we're focused on tourists, because we don't hear the outcry when 1,300 and change people get slaughtered in Jamaica last year. We don't hear it when the year before it was almost 1,500. We don't hear it. We didn't hear it in 2017 when it was 1,600 and change. We don't hear it. But we hear that the crimes committed against tourists are account for 0.01%. And you see how them are run up and down like thief. I run up and down. I try meet with the ambassador in Jamaica. I try meet with State Department here. I wish they would meet with the ambassador and State Department and say, listen, we need you to get a delegation, have INL fund a delegation, come down here and deal with this crime problem for us, right? I wish I could see something like that happening. But instead, we don't see that. We see a great hue and a cry about tourism. And I'm not saying that they shouldn't have it for tourism, you know, they should have it for everyone coming to Jamaica. But
and the Jamaican people.
Yeah, but good gracious, man. You have 1,300 and change people get slaughtered in Jamaica last year. And we don't see the kind of movement we are seeing with the government as we see them do right now, simply because the US government said, hey, and the US government didn't tell people not to travel to Jamaica. And it didn't change the travel advisory from a 3. It's been a 3 since March of 2022, sorry. All they're saying is that if you're going to Jamaica, be very careful and take out health insurance. That's all. And you see how much movement it caused on the government, how much angst it caused them. But 1,300 and something people died last year, and it not caused them no angst at all. In fact, them brag about it and say, oh, the murder rate is down 7%. So them pat themselves on the back because 7% fewer people died last year than the year before. Still 1,300 and change, 1,350 something, I forget the number, right? So I find that to be problematic, and we need to take the ambassador and the government to task for things like this. Jamaica people, we need to wake up and understand, so that unless we make ourselves count, we don't count to the Jamaican government. Unless we make ourselves relevant to the Jamaican government, they will not view us as relevant. Look how much problems it are causing. Look how much meetings them have. Look how much effort them are put out to deal with this travel advisory for 0.01% of the crimes committed in Jamaica. 0.01. And the 99%, them now put out them kind of effort here. Come on, people, man. We need to wake up, man.
Mr. Rattigan, let me just tell you this. Are you hearing me?
Yeah, man, go ahead. Me I hear you, brother.
Say this to you. First of
Continue
all,
talking. Just give me a minute. Continue talking.
Yeah.
let me just make it quite clear that they, yes, I agree, they must be held accountable. We must address the issues because it's amazing. You see, God is not asleep. How this 30 person, 30, whatever we want to call them, was able to do what they did and to create such a firestorm of responses that then are now trying to counter with thousands and thousands of dollars where we don't know where it come from yet, but I'm sure we'll find out. And it's all over to try to counter the arguments and to sully the reputation of everybody, including calling them politicians, including calling them mad, including calling them dirty, not necessarily from the government, but causing other people to believe that. Okay, and some of our people have reached a situation there they can't reason for themselves. They can't understand that they are just, they're just being played. They're puppets. The Pied Piper is leading them into the river of no return. You understand me? If you can't be honest to yourself and realize that you don't matter, in a case where 0.01% of tourists are affected, not that we want them to be, but that the majority, 99.9%, right, of us are affected on a day-to-day basis. The killings have not so, and you can find people who can criticize politicians, but you cannot find these people, right? And you are sprouting about as if you are King Kong and you have done such a great job. Yes, you have improved the uniform of the policemen, but I can assure you, this is where they live, what they earn, and what is not as if not improved. You've all lied. It's there. Look at it. They still don't have the resources. Okay, and then there are some policemen who have gone rogue and working for you. That's why they can do what they do and kill with impunity. But they're only a small bunch, because I know the majority of people, the majority of policemen in Jamaica do not ascribe to that type of behavior. Okay, and I know there are good people in Jamaica, but what I cannot understand is the silence of the churches, the silence of the judiciary, the silence of the DPP, the collaboration of the DPP. I cannot understand it in a democracy. But let me make it quite clear. Eventually you will pay. I am not saying that you will pay, but God is not asleep. However you don't believe in it, that's fine with me. But when you're writhing in pain somewhere, and when your things don't go right for you, and when things are going wrong, and so on, so don't blame it on...
Hold on there for me, gentlemen. I see when this computer is going to say it's going to, recharge in 45 seconds.
Okay, well then.
There's something going on with the computer here. I think we have to go off. I'm so sorry. There is something going on with my computer. We do apologize about this, but I think we have to go offline now because it's saying it's going to recharge in 31 seconds or something seconds.
That's fine. Okay, we'll see you.
Okay.
Rattigan, thank you so much for coming on.
Take care. Big up yourself.
This is where we say so long from here for tonight because something's going on with this computer. Have a good night, everyone.
Same to you. Bye-bye.